Hey, um, yeah, welcome to my channel. Um, name's Wispy, or channel's name's Wispy. I guess I'm Wispy here, being the creator, I guess. Yeah, literally first video, so if you've joined, welcome. This could be the beginning of something great, you don't know. Hope you stay though. But look, that's another day. What we're here for is title. That being, why the Xbox is the only console you need to be buying this December. The price, not just entry, but the price to maintain the hobby is quite expensive. Um, and that is one of my first reason actually. The price. We'll start with the price of the console actually. So luckily, this new generation, Xbox, both Xbox and PC actually decided to give us two price points, two consoles. Since we're now in a digital era, there's one without a disk drive and one with a disk drive. But the difference between how PlayStation did it and how Xbox did it is that with PlayStation they just had the same console, but they removed the disk drive and then they just reduced the price bar. I guess I'm only South African fans here. I think the console's like 14K. They dropped down to like 10K, right, for the digital edition. I think in dollars at the time it was $500 and $400. With the Xbox though, very different situation. Like I said, PS4 or PS5 was matched no matter what you got, it was the same console. But the Xbox was very different. So they used the same motherboard. So pretty much. So the motherboard and just kind of the components that comprise the motherboard and the CPU are pretty much the same. Difference is just like mainly in the RAM, so it doesn't have as much RAM to process as much information, man. So that's how it works. I don't know. But then the biggest difference was the graphics card. Similar again, but the teraflops that were being produced by them were very different. So with the Xbox Series X, which is the big boy, again they were about 14K, 12K in South Africa. I think it was like 14 at the time. Again, $500, $500, just perspective. The Series S was going for a whopping, yay for it. Okay, I'm gonna give it dollars first. It was $350. So that's like that's about $150 difference. But in South Africa, it was going for 7K. The Series S for me is the console I decided to get because at the time there was a lot of the shortages during COVID and stuff like that. So I did get it during COVID. But after that, I was so chill getting because like I work at retail, but I'm not hella rich. Like I'm just an average Joe. I buy what I can afford, and at the time I didn't want the console, but I didn't want to go for the previous Joe. It makes sense. So I went for a Series S, and with the Series S, I only paid 7K, which was like what, bro? Let's say it was 12K, so that's like 5-6K difference, 6K difference, I think, or something crazy like that, right? I'll put the thing here. I'll put the just but that's the difference. So yeah, price was a big difference for me, and I think like talking about the Series S, it's not as powerful but still provides the same experience, which I think is super important. And for most gamers, you don't really you think you care, but you really don't. But yeah, that's good. Like for me, price of entry is super big, especially on the Xbox Series S. I think best thing, and I can tell from experience, you can look at all the CPU processing features, and the fast SSDs. 3-minute SSDs are smaller, but you get SSDs with very fast load times. You get things like, for example, quick resume. Quick resume. I'm talking about quick resume. Stuff like that. So it doesn't feel as as thing, but that was how long. But that's gonna be number one, the price. But now bundled with that product comes a subscription service. Now look, hear me out. You're an average Joe, you're walking into the thing, you want to get this console. Now, both provide a subscription service, right? So both have that service. One being Xbox and Xbox Game Pass, right? Bam. And another being with PlayStation Plus, you get similar games, so it's not too drastic from what Xbox Game Pass is providing. I must point that out. However, the biggest difference is when an exclusive is released by either publisher, either be Xbox and PlayStation. PlayStation doesn't provide day one releases, and where Xbox does, and that for me is a huge difference. But however, both consoles do provide the subscription.
Wait, you could do so. You
Subscription service. But yeah, no, I'm gonna flip it again, right? So there's the day one stuff for all your single player stuff. So just keep in mind, Xbox has been getting Starfield, like just from September, right? Starfield, Lies of P is the day one release, but it's not owned by them. But that's still a great game. I haven't finished it, but it's a great game. So Starfield, Lies of P, recently Forza, which honestly it's been fun. I'm not gonna lie, it's been super fun. So there, right? I think that's like this for the year, I guess, to a certain extent. But there are some cool releases, especially some indie games that are gonna be coming out. They're all out there on day one, and that's not including the catalog of games that are currently available on Game Pass. But another cool thing with Game Pass, and this is specifically to, I think, Africans, so what I've realized, people buy these consoles to play FIFA, but I'm not gonna lie, FIFA is huge. Like Africa going to Europe is hella huge, right? And that's another win for me for the Xbox, but specifically again in my market, whereby I know that not everyone can afford to buy the new FIFA, and not everyone is playing online. They're playing with their homeboys, like when they got a hookah here, they're chilling and they're just having a good time, right? But even those guys, the gents, Machida. For me, personally, again, Xbox is gonna win this because why? You don't get a certain service on PlayStation. You can subscribe and pay extra for it, but on Xbox, with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, oof, hear me out. It's 120 rand a month at the moment, but I'm potentially willing to pay double. I'm just saying, 120 rand a month, you get 400 plus games of the current Xbox Game Pass collection. You get it bundled with Game Pass PC. So if you're a PC gamer, you also get Game Pass on PC, so both on console and PC. And on top of all of that, there's a partnership between Xbox and EA. So it's EA Play. I don't know if you know, but it's a similar subscription service. Similar service for just EA games alone, but they add that alone. The standard the standard, because like EA has two different tiers as well, but the standard tier, they add that to the Game Pass. So not only are you getting Xbox Game Pass games and exclusives and day one releases, but on top of that, you're also getting all of your favorite EA games, such as Battlefield, FIFA, bro. Right now, if you're 23 to if you're 20 to 23, I think is already on Game Pass, and you can get any of those, whatever you prefer, and you can just jam them, dude. I mean, the lobbies are still full in 23. I'm in 22, not 23, sorry, 23, and I still jam it, bro. I don't know. I'm not big on the whole thing. I know people are huge on Ultimate Team and stuff like that, and if you can afford to buy the game, just buy the game. Just get it on Xbox. No, I'm gonna say. But I feel like that's huge. For me personally, is the Game Pass just provides better value for your buck every single month, right? Now, I just want to take you over to some news. I don't know if you saw it. I'm gonna try to pull it up, just get some information. This was huge, man. They announced that they were planning to acquire Activision, and their developers, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. It's quite a few them, but for me, big ones are Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer, and Teog. I can't talk about it, but those guys are the Call of Duty developers, and everyone else kind of helps. But just want you to keep in mind that also includes Overwatch, Diablo, which is basic, dude. World of Warcraft, StarCraft. I don't play those games, but I know PC fans will love it. Candy Crush, all play. Don't even act like you haven't played it. Okay, you won't play that shit. And then cool ones for me are things like Tony Hawk, Pro Skater, and Spyro. Sorry, apologies, Spyro. The fact that these games are going to be added onto Game Pass there's a rumor that it may happen as early as this week, but potentially this week to, let's say, latest Jan-Feb is big for me. Bro, the catalog of games, bro, just give me a sec. I need to show you. just Call of Duty alone, right? Oh shit. But look at this shit, man. Look at this shit. I think this is not even all of them, right? So there's even games, kind of, also? No, not really. But there's 16 fucking games, bro. That's just this alone, bro. Not including MW2, not including... Is Cold War here? Cold War. So not including... Is Vanguard here? So not including Vanguard, MW2, and now MW3, right? So that's what? That's 19 games. Which, in my opinion, some goated ones are my personal favorites. Look, I enjoyed Cold War, but it's hella boring right now, especially pubs. But I'm a rank guy, so it was fun then, but the thing was cool. But Cold War is awesome. MW3, MW1, MW3, like the original ones. Story-wise, I love them. Multiplayer is always fun. So I can't imagine like just that being repopulated is going to be so cool. Call of Duty, Black Ops series, just in general, but even when it's play the campaign, it's hella crazy, bro. And then you get zombies on top of all of that. It's fucking amazing. I've played all three. I haven't played the fourth one, so I don't want to say too much there, but it looks fun. Modern Warfare, pretty much probably the best Call of Duty according to the community in years since 2019. Again, I haven't played it myself personally. Again, I'm not a baller dog. I can only live for what I can. Ghost, don't know this. In the first like 3 like or whatever, I'm not like chill whatever. It's just kind of Call of Duty. But just to give you perspective, like these things are going to be added potentially in the near future, and then that's going to include MW2, like I said, Vanguard MW2 because they're older. They're not going to add the new ones until maybe like major next year. But from next year, whatever new game that comes out from Activision will come on day one, right? Now, bro, if you're a fan of this stuff, bro, like especially Call of Duty fans, again, I'm a Call of Duty-ish channel. I don't want to limit myself, but if just this alone is a crazy catalog of games that just justifies the fact why you should only get an Xbox, because if you don't get an Xbox, you're going to be missing out on all of this. Game Pass for me is a huge factor. Price of the product is again a huge factor. And look at that situation. Not everyone has all the money in the world, so being able to pay this price. So this is the other thing I want to talk about is this guy, this bad boy over here. So with this dude, oh wait, hold on. Yeah, with this guy, you're getting this console at 7,000 and probably 8, but it, just price difference, whatever it is, but probably like around 7-8K. You're getting 3 months of Game Pass bundled with it, right? Which is what I was just talking about earlier, but all the stuff I just mentioned, you're getting that with this console for that low price. Why would you go get a 10,000 or 14K console? Like, why? At this point, it doesn't make sense for me personally. Yeah, man, this is just my reasons. This is my slideshow. This is my opinion, and this is just me thinking that, look, in my humble opinion, you should be getting the Xbox Series S just for number one, the price, way lower price of entry for not the same performance but similar performance. You can play all the favorite games with your friends and your buddies, and it's cross-play now, so it's like, Number 2, Game Pass. Game Pass has now become a bigger deal mainly because of Activision. Activision has like this is gonna mean a lot for a lot of players, because when you look at the biggest games in the world, we have Call of Duty, we have FIFA, we have that's like top 2, right? And there's like a lot of free-to-play games. The fact that Game Pass gives you those 2 top games plus all the free-to-play games you can just download is huge for me. So that's already an automatic win. And yeah, like I said, like looking at how things are, it's hard to maintain this hobby, especially for the people that don't just have readily available cash. To be able to have a service that provides this much content for you is awesome. Yes, again, PlayStation does provide it for you, but when I'm talking about comparing the two between Game Pass and PS4 or PlayStation Plus, it's a huge contrast at this point, dude. But look, that can be a topic for another day. I say buy this console for your friends, your family, your son, your daughter, your whatever, right? But yeah, man, it's been cool, it's been awesome. Thanks for joining. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. It'll be awesome if you leave a subscription. Oh, it sounds weird. If you would subscribe and leave a like, that'll be awesome. And like, let's engage, let's talk about this, bro. Like, I really want to just have discussions about gaming. So So leave a comment. I promise I'll comment. I'll reply and I'll have discussions. But like I literally have like 30 discussions. Shout out to you, 30 subscribers. I appreciate you, man. But yeah, man. Peace.